until you go. You'll have to kill me.
That might be the Mandalorian way, but it's not my way. Not anymore. When did Kanan teach you that?
He didn't.
It's a kyber crystal.
That's what I heard singing. Like the one in my lightsaber did when I found it.
The Force will be with you. Always.
You're making it easy on me.
Roger.
Wait, who's Roger?
If you're a fan of the Star Wars Rebels series like myself, then you are definitely going to be enjoying today's video. I'll be showing you Ezra's green saber from the beginning of Season 3 from Shadowfoil Props. I absolutely love Rebels, and if you haven't watched it, you are truly missing out on some of the best Star Wars content out there. I'll of course have the link to where I got this glow stick down below in the description as always. Shadowfoil is not a place I've talked about a lot before, but they do carry better saber options over a majority of the other stores that I've talked about in the past. If you happen to watch my recent video over the Luke Skywalker with the crystal reveal, you'll know that Shadowfoil helped create that saber, and the consistency and quality across both of these hilts is pretty impressive, and that is something I consider very important when I'm purchasing a saber. I would highly recommend you guys going and looking through the site because there are some seriously cool hilts to choose from on here. I would absolutely love to have this dark saber, it is so sweet. The version I have is installed with Proffie 3.9. The biggest difference between 3.9 and 2.2 is the 3.9 boards have double the memory, faster processing and CPU, so if you wanted to save $35, you could opt for the 2.2 and be just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up now. Let's go ahead and look at the box a little bit more before I get right into it. You've got a few other smaller things on the side. This was a collaboration again between Shadowfoil, Phoenix Props, and Darkstar Props. I did get this from Shadowfoil's site though, so that's what I'll be linking down in the description. Got a few other small things on the side over here. Always, that's a really nice touch. Same thing on that side, and on the bottom, nothing. Got this extra styrofoam protection as we normally do, and bam, look at that. Already looks amazing. There's not a whole lot to this. I prefer the simple unboxings like this. Up in the top left is the battery for the saber. It is also nice that they send you the 3120 18650 over the regular 3000 because you're getting just a slightly longer battery life, and anything helps. I'm sure most of you are used to seeing these types of batteries, but they just won't give you the absolute maximum brightness as the others will. Up on top is the charger for the battery. With this saber, the only option you have is to charge it externally, which is actually how I prefer to do it, so that works out for me. We've also got some extra emitter pieces for when you're displaying the saber and the blade is not inside of it. This makes it more accurate to the show. I feel a little dumb not knowing everything inside of the box when I'm reviewing a saber, but I don't know what this is or what this is for. One more thing before we get to the saber itself, we've got this display placard, which I really enjoy. It's got a really good texture on the front. The picture is good quality. On the back, it's just kind of blank, but this is really nice that they include this. And last up is of course the hilt itself. I've actually been waiting such a long time to get this specific Ezra. I remember when they first posted this on their Instagram quite a while ago, I was going to make sure I did anything I could to get it, and I finally have it. It's crazy how different this one is compared to the TXQ version, which I've already reviewed in the past. I'm not for sure what you guys would call it. I'm kind of sticking with blue, but also a very saturated gray. I think the color and the proportions of this hilt are the two reasons this is more accurate than any other version right now. They did such a phenomenal job on this, and up here on the emitter, you can actually see how matte it looks. Also down here on the pommel, it just looks very cartoonish, just like it does in the show, and I love that. That's exactly what I personally want. I'm probably going to say it multiple times throughout this video, but I truly believe this is the best Ezra saber that you can buy. Shadowfoil also sent me over these coins, which is really sweet of them to do so. I am very appreciative for that. I've been trying to start my own currency collection outside of sabers, and this is a very nice addition to that. I personally think that this is more of a collector's piece, so you're not going to get a ton of crazy extra unnecessary stuff like you sort of do with the Saber Theory cases. They give you just what you need. They just keep it simple for you. I like that. This saber also takes a 7/8 inch diameter blade instead of your standard 1 inch, meaning that it's actually even more accurate to the show since Rebels obviously has a much thinner blade size. 7/8 blades are also much lighter and typically a bit brighter as well, so it's really a triple win in this case. Alright, so as usual here, we're going to go through the saber now after the unboxing, show you how to work it, how to use it, and some of the unique features that this one has. This is clockable on not only the emitter up here, but also the pommel down below. And what that means is you can have the emitter, how it has this little dip right here, facing whichever way you like. Same with the belt clip or the triangle down here, whatever you want to call it. So in order to clock the emitter, what you're going to do is grab a hold of the bottom line with one hand, and then loosen the top line with your other. And you can see that this twists around now. Position it how you like it. I prefer to keep it with the dip facing the front of the hilts. And when you have it how you like it, grab a hold of the top piece and then just tighten the ring underneath it. And you can see those lines kind of going away, and it will stay that way. You can also do the same thing with the pommel down here if you want the belt clip facing the front or the back, however you like it. Another really cool feature on the outside of this hilt is the clamp card. If you wanted to pop it out, you just push really hard at the bottom right here and it will come out, held down by some magnets. So if you wanted to hand weather this or clean it up or do whatever, it can come right out very easily. Now let's go ahead and get into the chassis a bit because that's the more exciting part. This actually just slides right out with ease. It's a really nice fitting that they have. It's nothing super over the top, but it is a very, very clean install, and I think that's what matters most. It's got a really nice texture to it. It says Shadowfoil Props on the back side of it. Got the speaker on the bottom, the Neopixel pins at the top, and then of course on the other side you've got the crystal chamber, but it's not made of metal or aluminum, but it's better than not having one at all, and I am super satisfied with it. It looks really nice when it's lit up, and my favorite thing on a chassis is a kill switch, and this one has it.
Loth rat, Loth cat, Loth wolf run. Pick a path and all is done.
Got the battery down here, and if you actually take it out, it says Lost Spectre underneath that, which is such a nice little detail. The positive on this one actually goes towards the speaker. Normally I feel like it's going towards the pins on most sabers, and the Proffie 3.9 board up at the top. I'm going to go ahead and put the chassis back in. The way that I like to do it is line this groove up with the control box because there's a set screw right about in this area, and it will go in very nicely, just like that. And the activation button on this one is actually the red switch, and it's not a regular button that you push down. This is actually a flick kind of motion, kind of like Rey's yellow saber in The Rise of Skywalker. So it's really cool that it's not a regular push down button. I love that. And the secondary aux button is over here, which mine has kind of gotten loose and is a little finicky, but that's like my only complaint with it, is that this kind of came loose and now it's being a little annoying, but it still works really well. If you want to play music, you just hold the activation switch. Same to turn it off. Got smooth swing, twist off. The volume changing mode on this is actually pretty sweet. It uses an AI Kanan voice.
Enter volume menu. Maximum volume. Exit volume menu.
That's pretty cool. So all you do is just hold the aux button for like a second and a half and let go, and you'll hear Kanan. And if you want to change the emitter pieces on this, you just hold that bottom line and then twist off the top one with your other hand. You're going to place this piece first, and then this one over on top of it, and then just twist it on there, just like that, and line it up to however you want. I'm going to keep it on the front again, and then just tighten that down. The more accurate piece seems to rotate at all times, whether or not you have it tight all the way, so that's something I just noticed. Next up, I'm going to show off all of the fonts that come pre-installed on this. I'm actually going to be showing these off in a higher quality format, so you won't be hearing the actual speaker from the saber, but I do assure you this hilt vents the sound quite well and has a great volume to it.
Ezra Bridger.
am Kanan Jarrus, Jedi Knight. The Force will be with you. Always.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Anakin.
Maybe I should practice more first.
Take it. It's yours. Ignite the blade.
Commander Skywalker, do you copy?
Darth Sidious.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
My final thoughts would be, I think this is truly a 10 out of 10 saber. In comparison to the TXQ version, it's miles better, which hurts me to say because I actually enjoy the TXQ version and I think it's great, but the difference in color, size, and overall proportions make the shadow foil version so much better. Plus you have that crystal reveal too and an overall better sound quality and feeling. In the end, I'd leave it up to the price and if you're willing to spend the extra roughly $150.